Now, this is what we learned the last lesson, right? Then now you pause the video and then explain what is the expression, what is the equation, and tell me what is the formula. Then also you need to link this terminology to the meaning of the equation. If you're not sure, please check the previous video again. Here we have 3 skills for simplifying expressions. Can you remember how to do it? I briefly explained from the previous lesson. Today, we will practice these with more complicated expressions. So first of all, collect like terms. Let's check our like terms. So 2y minus 5y. These are the same, the like terms. Then you still got 2 and minus 9. These are numbers, so it's the like terms as well. Then 3y squared minus 8y squared. So let's put them together. Let's put the like terms. Then 7y minus 7. Then minus 5y squared. Now, before we're moving on, did you notice my mistake? Spot my mistake. Yes, I made a mistake with the y. 2y minus 5y is the minus 3y. It's not 7y. The reason I'm talking about this is when you simplify expression, it's really easy to make silly mistakes that always need to focus on, okay? Now here, I've got a full expression and I simplify it. Then have a look at it. If I made a mistake, you take the false. If I don't make any mistake, take the true. Pause the video and have a go. So first one, a times a times a equals 3a. Is it true or false? Yes, it's a false. It's wrong. Why? Because what you did is you actually times the same letter again and again. So that is actually power, right? It's not 3a, it's 3 cubed. 3a means you adding a 3 times. Now, next one, 2a plus 3a equals 6a. So, is it right or wrong? It's wrong again. What's my mistake? 2a means 2 times a. That means what? 2 lots of a. So that means you add a twice. 3a means 3 times a, 3 lots of a. That means adding a plus a plus a. So now, in total, how many a's did you add? I had 5 lots of a. So the answer is 5a. It's not like you simply 2 times 3 is 6. Then it's 6a, but it's wrong now. 4a times 2a is 8a. Yeah, this is wrong as well, right? 4 times a. Then now I times 2 and a. Times all together. Let's rearrange our numbers and letters. I'm going to put 4 times 2, then 8 times a. As you can see, 4 times 2 is 8. Then 8 times 8 is a squared. So 8 and a squared. Now, a plus a is a squared. Is it right? Definitely no. That means you've got 2 lots of a. So it's 2 times a. 2a. A squared means you times a and a again. Well done. Now, let's move on to our expanding bracket. So, now let's distribute the numbers in front of the bracket. So, double 5x, double 6, and then this time you distribute 5 into the terms inside the bracket. So, let's expand it. So, 10x plus 2 times 6 is 12, and then add 5x plus 5 times 5 is 25. That's what you need to do. You still got long expression, right? Now you need to use a collecting like terms skill. So find the like terms and put them together. Numbers are the like terms. Then 15x, then plus 37. This is the end. Then again, you distribute 3 into the terms inside the bracket. Now 3 times 4a is a 12a. That always make sure you've got a negative, right? Negative times positive is a negative, so 3 times minus 3 is a minus 9. Then 3 times 2a is a 6a. Then again minus 3 times minus 5 is a minus 15. Then again we need to use our collect like terms. Say 12a plus 6a is a 18a. Then minus 9 minus 15 is minus 24. Well done. Again here, I've got expressions, then I made a mistake again. Now this time, can you spot my mistake? First, pause the video and then please find my mistake. Go. So what is my mistake? Where is it? First expression, my mistake is, yes, plus 5b. So this is wrong. Why? Let's see, let's distribute 5. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5 times 2b is 10b minus. Be careful with the minus. This one is actually you distribute minus into the terms inside the bracket. So that means minus 1 times 2 is a minus 2. Then again minus 1 times plus minus 1 times 5b is a minus 5b. So it's not a plus 5b. Then also I need to collect the like terms because b and b, as you can see, numbers and numbers. Then finally I can finish my simplifying, right? Now next one, can you spot my mistake? Yes, right. My mistake is a minus 3. It's supposed to be plus 3. Let's see. This time you are distributing minus 2 into the terms in the bracket. So minus 2 times 2a, that is minus 4a. Then minus 2 times minus 2 times 5, that gives you minus 10. Then again, be careful with it because you are times minus 3. So minus 3 times a is a minus 3a. Minus 3 times minus 1 is when you multiply negative number, that gives you plus, right? Negative 3 times negative 1 gives you positive 3. Be careful. So always when you expand the bracket, be careful with the minus. This is very common mistakes. So always you need to think carefully. Now factorizing right now. So have a look at the numbers. These are all in the 3 times table. 3 times 3 times k times p. So we're writing down all our factors. Now 12 is 3 times 4 times k times t. Then our next term, you've got a minus. Then let's factorize it. So you've got a 3 times 6 times k times r. We have all factors. Now let's circle our common factor. That is a 3. And then we also can see k as well. So 3k is our common factor. Then have your bracket and put all other factors inside the bracket. 3p plus 40. Then be careful, it's minus. Then 6kr. So you can see 3 terms inside the bracket. Now, next one, 35 and 14 is a 7 times table. So 7 times 5, then 5 to the power of 5. That means you times 5 times, right? Then you've got a v. Then 14 is 2 times 7 times s, then times t and t. Now, let's see our common factor. That is a 7, and then t and one more t. That means 2 squared. So our common factor is a 7t squared. Now, have a your bracket, then thinking about, let's put all other factors together. 5 and how many t do you have? You've got a 5 t's. Now, you've got a 3t left, right? So 3. So now 5 and t cubed v plus now 2s. This is the end of the factorizing. So far, we practiced how to simplify expressions, but we are solving equations, not just simplify them, right? So we simplify first. Once we get it into its simplified state, then we solve the equation by using inverse operations. That means we undo what is happening. So when you undo, that means adding turns into taking away, then vice versa. And then when you multiply, undoing multiplication, that means division, right? But we can't just start undoing any order that we want, especially if we have multiple operations, for example, adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, that we must follow our order. So normally the order of operation is both must, so bracket, order, division, and multiplication, then adding and subtraction. So when it comes to the equation, we have to follow reverse order of operation. That means opposite of both must. So that is a set move. That means S and A is subtracting and addition first. Then you do the multiplication and the division next time, right? So again, when you have an equation and you look at the variables and you see that the variable is being multiplied by a number and added by number, then we want to use the inverse operation to undo the addition first, then undo the multiplication. This is the basic idea of a reverse operation. When you undo the operations, you must starting with adding and taking away, then undo the times and division. Now, let's try to solve the equation, okay? So, when you solve the equation, our goal is always finding x. So, got a minus 5x plus 2 equals 20 minus 7x. Finally, we have a equation, not expressions, right? So, now, what we need to do is we need to undo the operation, and then finally we need to get x equals something. That is our final goal. Let's see. Have a look at, you've got equal sign, and then now what we're going to do is we undo the minus 7x. That means minus 7x, then we add 7x, right? So now minus 5x plus 7x plus 2. Then you've got 20 minus 7x plus 7x. In that way, we can remove the 7x, right? Now, let's simplify it by collecting like terms. So that is 2x plus 2 equals 20. Still, we need to undo in order to find the x equal the number, right? So I want to undo the plus 2. That means undoing plus 2 is a minus 2, right? So minus 2 both of the sides. That is actually same as you moving plus 2 to the other side of the equal sign, right? So now undo the plus 2, that gives you 2x because plus 2 minus 2, so you undo. That's why plus 2 is disappeared. Then 20, then undo the plus 2, that is a minus 2. It gives you 2x equals 18. Then what can you see? Think about reverse order of operation. We did adding and subtraction. The next order is a division and multiplication. Right? What we can see is 2x means 2 times x. Then we need to undo the 2 times x. Times. So undoing times is a divide by, right? So times 2. Undo it. That gives you x. But the other side, it can be divided. So now 2x times x equals 18. Then x equals, because you undo the 2x, that gives 1. That's why you've got only x, the one side of the equation. Then the other side of the equation, you undo the times 2, that is divide by 2. So you divide by 2 gives you half of 18 is 9. So x equals 9. Finally, we solve the equation by finding the x. So now just think like that. When you undo it, that means you need to do the same operation both of the sides. Then simply you just move around the equation. At the end, your goal is finding x. So x equals number, right? Look at this equation is long. So now let's remove our bracket. Now this one, what we need to do, we need to distribute our minus negative, right? So negative 3x squared, and then negative gives you plus. positive 5x, then the other side of the equation, that is, you just copy down. Then what we really need to do is we need to collect like terms. So let's collect the like terms. 4x squared minus 3x squared is a x squared, right? Then plus 5x and 5x adding together is a 10x. Then you got a minus 6 here. Then the other side, we can't see any like terms, just copy down. Then now what we need to do is, our final goal is finding x. That's why let's put all the letters, variables to the left side of the equation, and let's move all the numbers to the other side of the equation. Do you think we can collect like terms? Yes. We got a x squared, that's 0, and 10x minus 5x is a 5x. Now we've got only x and the numbers. So now let's undo the minus 6. That gives you 5x equals, undoing minus 6 is adding 6. So adding 6 to the other side of the equal sign. Then 5x equals 2nt. Now finally we've got 5 times x equals 20. What's our x? Undo the times 5 is divide by 5. So our x equals 20 divided by 5. So finally x equals 4. Okay, this is the end of the lesson. Now I will see you with the algebraic fraction for the next lesson. Bye!